Now, RIT Tigers hockey. Follow the Tigers. UPN 18, your home for local sports. This week, RIT squares off against St. Lawrence.
Welcome to RIT Tiger Hockey on the RIT Tigers Sports Network and UPN 18. I'm Ed Trexler with Chris Lurch and Randy Bleckel. Tonight, the St. Lawrence Saints visit the RIT Tigers. It's the fourth time these teams have ever met, but they haven't faced each other since the mid-1980s. St. Lawrence leads the series 3-0. And Chris, for this young Tigers team, this is a huge test early on.
Another first for the Tigers this evening. The first time a ranked opponent comes into the Frank Ritter Arena. The St. Lawrence Saints, ranked number 18 in Division I. It's going to be a real test for the Tigers tonight to see how they can skate with an upper echelon team.
Coming up, a drop of the puck. After a look at the rosters for both squads and a few messages, RIT Tigers hockey here on UPN 18.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from a Frank Ritter Memorial Arena that is quickly filling out to capacity again. It is the RIT Tigers hosting for the first time ever the Saints of St. Lawrence University.
Affectionately known as the Larrys, but we'll call them the Saints tonight. One of the legacy programs in Division I. St. Lawrence is a Division III school, but they've been playing Division I hockey for decades. And got that special exemption to continue to do that, as did Clarkson and RPI and some of those other traditional programs that the Tigers are going to benchmark themselves against this evening.
Right off the draw, the Saints will knock it in toward Guimond, who's starting his third straight game for the Tigers out to center ice. It's a 2-on-1, but it's overskated by Draper. Swung around the boards into the Tiger zone. Here the Cardinals to the front of the net. Good last second play by Lambert to swipe it away off the draw and swung into the zone for Watson. Watson behind the net now with Zeiger. Zeiger tries to send it up front, but the goal is off his moorings, and we have a penalty call behind the net, and I think the Tigers going to go to the box for interference.
This is one thing the Tigers are going to have to work on. We've heard a lot coming into this game about the speed of St. Lawrence, and the speed can draw penalties. The Tigers have to skate with these guys. Can't try to grab them going by, put a stick out. You're going to get called.
29 straight penalty kills for the Tigers on the line here very early on. 26 seconds, the time of the penalty. Doherty to take the draw against Taylor. Won by Doherty, swatted into the corner where Hyman will kick it back to the point, but not out. Line and fire, deflected. Rebound came right onto the stick in front of DiVirgilio, but he couldn't have it settle down. Here's DiVirgilio in the corner. Give up for McBride, back for DiVirgilio. He'll play it on the near boards in the corner. McBride back to the point quickly. Shot out in front. Come on, makes a fine save as Taylor had the deflection in front of him. Here's Hyman. Now Taylor slots behind for DiVirgilio. Line and fire, broken stick from the point man. Kicks back and out of the zone. Boy, this is a different speed right from the get-go from last week's game. And here's Hofstetter. He'll swing it down the length of the ice. If you didn't have your helmet strapped on at the beginning of this one, here's a short-handed try down in the far end by Doherty. Swung around by the Tigers along the back boards, but now pushed out by Miskovic. Miskovic has it intercepted. Tigers steer it behind the net, chased by Jesse Newman. Newman, the freshman out of West Bank, British Columbia, now can't control. Tiger zone. Rolled around the back corner by Miskovic. Now flies into the near corner. Controlled by the captain, Madill. Back to the point. D-to-D pass. Wide and flare. Save. Rebound again by Guimond. He's way out of the net, and he cuts down Madill's shot. And he is being peppered early is Jocelyn Guimond.
Unofficially 3 shots on goal so far in this power play. And 2 of them were excellent chances. One was a deflection right in front, and the other one point blank. Guimond on his hands and knees, still able to block that shot and hold on for the face-off.
There were 3 shots in that flurry. Somebody is keeping that shot clock down. It's the man again, holding the shot clock down. Here's Zeiler in the corner. He'll leave along the backboards for Madill. Senior captain of this squad will push around now. He's from Kirkland, Ontario. Into the high slot, wide and flare. Saved by Guimond through a screen, and he'll hold on. And he's going to get a workout tonight if the Tigers can't pick up the pace a bit.
Another nice deflection off the stick of Zeiler in front, and Guimond just got the tip end of his blocker on that one to deflect it wide, face off to his right.
Zeiler to take the draw. Kicks it back into the high slot. Shot is blocked by the Tigers. Rolls into the far corner for Zbriger. Zbriger with it. Penalty call. And we got a slashing call behind the play. And I think this one's going against the Saints. Well, I think it's Madill.
Okay, Zeiler was shaking his head, but I think you're right. I think it's Madill. And a Saint player tumbles off the bench, and the crowd loves it. They've handed out the Thunder Sticks tonight, an annual thing here, and those things are loud. We can hear them up here through the glass in the booth, and maybe that'll psych the Tigers up even more as we're skating 4-on-4 here. The Tigers will enjoy a power play in 10 seconds.
So make it 30 now. Stops in a row. Here's one right up near us. It's off a deflection and out of play. And they said the tough ticket in town tonight was going to be Brockport and Manhattanville. I bet you they weren't scalping tickets out in front of the Tuttle Arena tonight.
Yeah, probably not.
Come on. There's a shot on net, pushed away by Guimond. Tigers to full and even strength and now have the man advantage. Here's Hyman behind his own net. Dangerous pass out in front of the net. Back the other way comes Lambert. Lambert is bumped but gets around the edge. His pass to the front is erased by Ross and rolled into the corner. We'll have a whistle and a stoppage in play as Ross fell on the loose puck, and he'll cover it in that corner. So faceoff will be deep down in the Saints zone.
Lambert looked like he surprised that St. Lawrence D. Really just kind of blew by him. A nice shoulder fake and then a strong move to the net before he was cut down. The venerable Joe Marsh on the St. Lawrence bench, one of my all-time favorite college hockey coaches. He's a quote machine. I've covered some Frozen Fours and one that the St. Lawrence was in several years ago, and what a great guy.
Here's a wrist shot off a stick and rolls into the backboard. Cleared out to center ice. Off the stick of Chase Trow. Good hockey name, now knocked into the zone. Race forward is Newman. Newman will leave it for Lambert. Back onto the stick. Controlled by the Tigers in the corner for Matt Smith. He'll leave down low for Newman. Newman walks out. Backhand try. Save made by Pisoni, and he'll hold on the first shot on goal by the Tigers. That was a defensive mistake by St. Lawrence. They just let him walk out of the corner.
And a nice glove save by Pisoni, the sophomore from Edmonton, Alberta.
I like Zbriger, during the announcements. A grad student at St. Lawrence, so a fifth-year player for the Saints. Golf down the length of the ice, and it'll be played to the side by Guimond. Guimond, the freshman goaltender out of St. Edward de la Tembenière. Across the line now, he'll set it up, leave it for Smith. Smith along the far boards, far hash mark, back to the point. Faking it was Hyman. Smith will fake the shot back to Hyman at the top of the circle. Hyman standing in that high umbrella slot. Here's Smith, one-timer. That shot is blocked back to the point. Nice keep by Hyman. Rolls it off the glass around the backboard. Intercepted by the Saints. Kept in by the Tigers, though, on the clear. Here's Hyman with a wrist shot. It goes wide. Rebound, side of the net. Hofstadter pinches in, and the Saints are able to clear to center ice. That was a scramble in front of Pisoni, but it was able to clear on a couple of mishits by the visiting Saints. Now they'll flip it into the Tigers bench, and we'll get a whistle and a stoppage and play. Face-off will be down in the far end, the north end of the Frank Ritter. Tigers defend the south end here in the first period. Skate from south to north, away from us. Tigers bench on the near side, and St. Lawrence's bench on the far. Back to the point for Patry. Patry's one of the goal leaders for this Tiger squad. Has the number 2 power play goals and a shorthanded goal on the season for the sophomore defenseman. Off the draw, the Tigers can't chip it toward the front of the net. It's cleared down the length of the ice. And St. Lawrence back to full and even strength. No score. 5 minutes in. Tigers and the first ever visit by the St. Lawrence Saints here on Frank Ritter ice. Flipped off the glass down the length of the ice. We'll have an icing call. Tigers did make 3 separate trips to the North Country in the Brian Mason, Bruce Delventhal years to play St. Lawrence and Clarkson. Never beat the Saints, but did beat Clarkson.
Yeah, always had better luck against Clarkson. They finally caught up with that shot clock. It's 7-1 now in favor of St. Lawrence. That feels about right so far.
Tarantino wins the draw. His line mates tonight are Farr and Harris. Brad Harris along the far boards. Cross ice pass for Steve Farr. Senior out of Sarnia, out of Sarnia, Ontario. Centering pass for Harris, and he mishit the shot. Here's a chance again, held on to by Pisoni. So Harris gets a couple of shots on goal on his first shift on the ice. Just underway here. Less than 5 minutes gone by off the score clock. I'm Randy Bleckel along with Ed Tresker and Chris Lurch.
Chris, that's just what you want out of that fourth line.
Yeah, it really just kept the puck down in the St. Lawrence zone and generated some scoring opportunities.
In behind the net, Sandrick. Sandrick will send it around the near boards to the point, kept in by the Tigers. Knocked down by Burns. Sloppily played by the Tigers, but kept in. Here's a chance, but it's poked out to center ice off the stick of Harris. Burns will steer it in near boards, down the length of the ice. Back to center ice. Now will come the Saints. Breaking out is Taylor. Intercepted by the Tigers. Steered right back in. No score. 5 minutes gone by of play here in the first period. Across the line. Here's the Saints pulling up far side. Back to the point. There's a delayed call. Guimond goes down and finally forces the shot off the stick of the defenseman Madill. Now we'll get a whistle and another interference call against the Tigers.
Nice play by Guimond. He's fearless. Comes out and again challenges the shooter, tries to poke check the puck away, doesn't do that, but really took away a scoring opportunity. St. Lawrence back on the man advantage, though.
You know what allows a goaltender to do that is wingers and defensemen back checking hard into the zone so that the other winger doesn't stand out in front of that and go, oh, this is easy. Back to the point. Controlled now by Sandrick. Sandrick outside the zone, bouncing puck. He's watched by Lambert and Draper, the penalty killing forwards, back on defense. Hofstetter and Hyman. Hofstetter has it walked past him. Shot on net. Guimond, that was going to go wide. Back to the point. Kept onto the stick of Fensel. Fensel cross ice. Wide and fire one time from the slot by Madill. That went wide on the far side. Madill was open. Here's Fensel back at the point. Knocks it down low for Zbriger. Shot saved by Guimond. Here's Zeiler. Zeiler with it now. Zeiler top of the far face-off circle. Wine fires, deflected, saved by Guimond. I'm going to say that a lot. Here's Zeiler. Zeiler's pass through the slot, knocked down. Tigers back to center ice. Swiped by Draper and thrown a la grenade to center ice.
Totally legal. In case you're watching this at home and don't know that, you can hand pass in your defensive zone and all the way down if you don't care about not playing
Here's
the puck.
Zeiler. Oh my! Did everybody get beat up the ice by Zeiler? But a fine save again by Guimond. Rolls to the backboards, and then we get a whistle and a stoppage. There's a St. Lawrence Saint lying on the ice.
Have some water.
This is RIT Tigers hockey on the RIT Tigers Sports Network.
Water for the announcer and the goalie.
Here's a chance now. Swung into the corner. Burns will chase. Flip back to the point. Kept in by the Saints. In the high slot. Now it's Ross. Ross bangs off the far boards. He'll take line fire. Shot save. Rebound. Bouncing puck in the air. And it's covered by Guimond. No goal. Face off to the right. And Guimond is an acrobat. And a magician.
How did he keep that puck out of the net? I thought it was going to go in over his shoulder. It hung right on the crossbar and then eventually fell into Guimond as he was laying there. He got the whistle. Puck wound up farther into the net, but the whistle had already blown. Face off to his right.
Again, Harris knocks it down. Here's a shot off a skate out in front. Redirected wide. McBride into the corner. It has been all Saints here in the first period. 2 power plays have helped that. Line and fire over the top of the crossbar, and that one was on the express. It's back for Taylor. Back and intercepted by Harris. Steers to center ice. Saints take no time coming to the zone. Here's a 2-on-1. Wind and flare. That's a tight angle by Taylor. Goes wide. Rebound. Stepped in front now. Here's Miskovic. Side of the net for McBride. He toys with the defenseman. Watches Patry. Full and even strength. Tigers have now killed off 31 straight power plays. Back to the point. Here's Taylor. Taylor for McBride. McBride down low. Walks out of the corner. Can't get the shot off. Pushed away off the stick of Taylor. Taylor now is watched by Saracen. Tigers having all sorts of trouble getting out of their zone. Back to even strength. Here's Saracen to center ice. Tipped up ahead for Fairbarn. Fairbarn one hand into the zone. There's going to be a penalty on St. Lawrence on a slash. Back the other way, right in front of the referee, and we'll have a whistle and a stoppage in play.
That was a totally unnecessary penalty. Fairbarn really didn't have a good scoring chance at all. He was all turned around, and just not a smart penalty to take that slash there and put the Tigers back on the power play. 12:02 left here, first period. Welcome to Division I RIT. Shots are 10-2. St. Lawrence on a pace right now to get about 65 shots on goal in this game.
If power plays keep up.
Yeah, unless the Tigers can stay out of the box.
It's about what the Saints had last weekend in the loss to Western Ontario. But the goaltender did another magic trick on them. Here's a wind and a fire out in front. Covered up by Pisoni, and he'll hold on with a crowd in front of him.
Jesse Newman was parked right out in front of the goal there, and St. Lawrence not really able to move him off of there.
And I am corrected. It was 26 and not 29 coming into tonight's game, penalty kills. It is now 28 for the Tigers. I was rushing things.
Well, let's hope you're right the first time.
Let's hope we get no more penalties.
Yeah, let's hope we get there.
Back the other way. Intercepted, centering pass. Back to the point. Here the Saints in front, and that's blocked up high off the stick of Lambert. That was a short-handed effort there by Kyle Rank. Pushed away. Rank dives for the loose puck. Can't control. Tigers back to center ice with it. Here's Hyman. Marc Hyman, senior out of Thornhill, Ontario, will dump it in behind Pisoni, who comes out of his net to play the loose puck. Hyman back at the point, keeps it in along the far boards. Now for Smith. Smith to the slot, but no one there but the red-clad Saints. And back to center ice they will come. Mismatch in front of the net, stolen away from Hyman. Here's Miskovic, knocked down. We're going to have a penalty call against the Tigers. This is an Atlantic Hockey Association refereeing crew. All be sporting the AHA logos.
I think Jesse Newman's going to the box for the Tigers.
All unfamiliar to me. I was down ringside before the game.
Well, St. Lawrence is coming to town. You got to go out and get the top refs here. So we've got some AHA guys coming in from out of town. 10:53 left here, first period. We're going to skate 4-on-4, barring any other infractions, for 52 seconds, and then St. Lawrence will go on the man advantage yet again.
Saracen takes the draw, one in the face-off circle. He'll knock it in behind the net for Bobby Raymond. Raymond, the freshman out of Lucknow, Ontario, steers around the far board, but not out of the zone. Here's Saracen. He'll wrap it around behind Guimond. Finds an open slot up ahead for Draper. Draper races down the length of the ice as he touched it, sent it down the length of the ice. But we'll have an icing call as we skate 4-on-4 for the next 34 seconds. 10:35 remaining here, first period. No score. Saints and Tigers.
Chase Troll, a great hockey name, number 20. There's a great NASCAR name on this team, too. Adam Hogg with 2 G's. Number 19 was out there killing that last Tiger power play.
A couple other guys that aren't dressed tonight for the Saints had better names. We were having fun with those before tonight's game. Back to the point. Here's a wind and fire. That shot is blocked out in front. Rolls right onto the stick of Trevelyan, and it's cleared down the length. Draper creams Trevelyan out in front of the Tiger team bench as he was trying to get up ice. That could be the Austin Spencer collision of the night. Brought back to center ice. Here are the Tigers into the zone. They can't control. Wrist shot save made by Guimond, and he'll cover up and then look to the referee for a little help.
Got a little slash there.
As he thinks Giffin got a bit of his glove, but he did not handle the shot cleanly.
Yep.
The puck fell to his feet, and before, just as he covered it, forward's got to take a swing at that. I'll always say, forward's got to swing at it, defenseman's always got to hit the forward. And then
everybody's happy. Right. Everybody did their job.
Doherty wins the draw. We skate fourth side. 10 minutes gone by. First period of play, no score. Saints have had the edge territorially. Tigers are again short-handed. Knocked into the front of the net, pushed away by Doherty, up ahead for Ricky Walton. First time we've called his name across the line. Tigers with it, overskate the loose puck. There was a frickin' frack sort of moment. Shot, come on, save, rebound, again hits the side of the net. That went just wide off the stick of Taylor. Into the corner. That was a bad play by Harris and Patry to start this whole power play. Deflected out of play, and we'll get a whistle and a stoppage. Patry and Harris looked at each other like...
Oh, I thought you were going to get that.
Almost like a tennis team doubles partner. That it was on neither's forehands, and they went, you throw it down the ice. Oh, I thought you were going to throw it down the ice.
Whoops.
Bam!
Or like the second baseman, the shortstop, and the center fielder.
Yeah. Face off outside the Tiger zone here. Still 34 seconds on the St. Lawrence power play.
Here's the Saints with it. I want to call them the Cardinals because they're in red and we hate them. Cross the line, steered into the corner. Here's Zeiler. Zeiler with the loose puck, works it free for Madill. Madill, the captain of the squad, from the blue line, pokes in. He'll go all the way down low, kicks it back for Sandrick. Sandrick with it onto the stick of Zeiler. Zeiler, top of the near face-off circle for Sandrick. Sandrick with it, will quarterback things, cross-ice pass. Onto the stick for Fensel. Fensel in front, shot, rebound, saved by Guimond, and we got a whistle and a stoppage just as the Tigers come back to full and even strength.
Tigers got to weather this storm in the first period and hopefully get the Saints thinking about last week when they also couldn't beat a goalie, even though they outshot the opposition. And so far it's been the Guimond show for the Tigers. Tigers being outshot 14-3.
Here's Tarantino. Can't win the draw. Back to the point. Line fire. Shot safe. Rebound. It's covered up by Guimond again. As alone in front was Rank.
Wow.
We've played just over 11 minutes of hockey, and already Jocelyn Guimond has about half the total a goalie should see in a whole game.
Well, yeah, you know, in the postgame a couple games ago, Wayne Wilson said his goal is less than 30 shots. Tigers, is that a period or a game? Yeah.
Here's Lambert into the corner. He kicks it free for Raymond. Raymond around the boards, reverses, comes along near boards. 2 tries to knock it out and can't. Shot just went wide off the stick of Walman, as that didn't miss by much through a screen. Here's Jesse Newman down low. He's got to come back and help the defense. The centers have dropped particularly low for the Tigers. Newman will battle behind the net. Loose puck springs free. Rank with it, leaves it along the boards. Saints with it. Walman tries to feed it in front. Guimond denies him the far post. Back to the near point. Wine fire, save Guimond. Penalty call against the Tigers. It's going to be touched up by the Tigers, and we're going to get the whistle call as we got a whistle and a stoppage, a holding call in front of the Tigers bench, or in front of the Tigers net. 8 minutes exactly remaining, so 12 minutes the time of the penalty.
Well, and that's a pretty clear call, too, as Stephen Burns had the St. Lawrence player in a bit of a bear hug from behind. So the Tigers shorthanded now for the 4th time.
Very experienced squad. They've got some good freshmen, but as you said, Randy, they've got some graduate students, 5 graduate students, 5 fifth-year players on this team, redshirted their freshman years, and with a batch of seniors, too.
I didn't know they had criminal justice graduate majors. Here's a shot that's blocked, knocked down. Here's Doherty, and that's just a little jibe, sorry. St. Lawrence wasn't listed in the Doonesbury column this week.
Talk about that later. For those of you that didn't see that, or a front page of the Democrat Chronicle, too.
Yep.
No mention of the hockey game, but the Doonesbury does.
Here across the line of the Saints. They'll knock into the corner. McBride with it. He's got it locked up in his skates with Harris. He and Patry kick it back to the point. Line of fire. Guimond with a save. First big rebound he gives up, but it's swatted out to center ice by Doherty before Miskovic could get to the rebound. In the high slot, Tigers clear out to center ice. Here's Saracen. Saracen's all energy out there. It's like the little pink bunny that won't stop. Winding fire, that's knocked down. Tigers clear it off a teammate and down the end of the ice.
Yeah, don't use the word pink, okay?
Well, you know,
I know who you mean, and you can't say the brand name,
right.
But I'm sure Saracen's,
minute and
family doesn't like the pink reference.
Minute and 5 seconds remaining on the penalty to Newman, or to Burns, excuse me.
He's a hockey player.
4th penalty call against the Tigers in this first period. They have been shorthanded. Oh, here's a shot and a goal in front. Boy, that moved so quick from the point. Zeiler was able to put it in, Read the assists on that.
Guimond's not getting up.
He may have hurt himself to the far post.
So we're going to get a trainer out. Insult to injury. St. Lawrence breaks the Tigers' power play streak, and now Jocelyn Guimond slow to get up.
That came from the far corner to the near post. Zbriger sent it in front, and a fine goal scored there by St. Lawrence.
Goal scored by number 12, John Zeiler.
Zeiler was standing at the near post.
That developed awfully quickly.
TJ Trevelyan.
TJ Trevelyan along with Zbriger. That went from the far point, or near point, into the far corner, and then a goal mouth pass from the far corner found Zeiler at the side of the net.
I think he got his bell rung based on the conversation he's having with the trainer in terms of some kind of facial or head flow, because he's checking for blood in the nose, and now the trainer's just kind of assessing that you have to do with a head injury. And maybe Guimond just needs a break because
I keep thinking
18 saves so far, and we've played about 13 minutes.
I wonder, just thinking back on it, I wonder if he might have caromed into the left post as he was diving to the opposite side. I wonder if he smacked into
He looks like he's ready to go, and the crowd gives him a nice ovation here. The Saints lead 1-0 here, power play goal.
Zeiler from Zbriger and Trevelyan. Time of the goal was 13:03. Here the Tigers, they'll chip it in. Only tested goaltender Pisoni 3 times in this first period. A couple good tries for the Tigers, but it has been all Saints, and into the zone again. Line and fire, save, rebound. Nice play to knock one down out in front. Back checking was Doherty. He was spilled in front of the net. May have been an interference call, but Doherty really hustled to break that rebound. Chance up. Saints into the zone again. Onside, wind fire. Glove saved by Guimond. It squirts free and goes wide to the near side. Back to the point. Just toying with Matt Smith. Smith had all he could do to just see if he could not fall down, as Madill had a chance to go around him. Tigers back to center ice. 2-on-1. But out of gas, as Madill got back, Tigers were out of gas on the way up the ice and gave the puck away on that 2-on-1. 6 minutes to play here, remaining in the first period. Tigers trail 1-0 against the Saints of St. Lawrence University. Located in Canton, New York. Potsdam, New York. Right, they're in Potsdam, New York. Tigers will take the second half of the northern swing as we go to Clarkson this year, a little later on. And
I think we'll be going to Appleton Arena at St. Lawrence next year. You got to figure we're going to be going up there.
Icing call against the Tigers. Right. I think that the return trip next year, the schedule gets a little more balanced as you entered AHA play next year. So a lot more regular season conference games. But
the Tigers will have 14 home games and 14 road games, 28 out of 34 in conference.
Right, and you figure they'll have the exhibition, so there'll be at least 15 home games. But I'm sure you'll be in against St. Lawrence and their home rink next year.
You might see Niagara, for example, come in here as we go there, and they don't come here this year. Something like that. A couple more teams come in like that.
Back the other way. Here's Patry. Patry forced into the corner. He'll give up the loose puck with it. The Saints swing around behind the Tigers' net. Pushing the puck free is McBride. He's watched there by Harris. McBride tries to walk out of the corner, does get it to Trull, back to the point, and we got a whistle and a hooking call. And we'll have to wait and see who that one's on, but I think it's going to be Brad Harris doing the skate of shame.
Hoping there was Parker was in the crease, but no, it's a hooking call.
It is Big Brad Harris.
And oh boy.
No, it's on St. Lawrence. On St. Lawrence.
Whoa. Where was that?
St. Lawrence penalty on number 23, Simon Watson. 2 minutes for hooking.
So the Tigers will go on the power play. Here's a break into the zone. Another holding call against the Saints.
Another penalty on St. Lawrence.
Give up the loose puck. He does. We get a whistle and a stoppage in play. And boy, the referee was about down here when that play was about down there.
And a smart play by the Tigers to give the puck up immediately to get that 5-on-3 as soon as possible.
That's a tough call for a referee to make. The St. Lawrence defenseman looked up and said, "Hey, whoa, wait a minute.
Where were you?" Yeah. And the other one was behind the play, the first call, the hooking call.
So the Tigers will get a minute 50 seconds worth of two-man advantage, trailing 1-0. Here's Hyman. Miskovic, 2 minutes for hooking from behind. Here's a soldering pass out front. Rebound try is swatted at high by Doherty, then wide of the net. Tigers back to the point. Hofstetter for Hyman. Side of the net, line and fire. Good save, but I think it might have gone wide off the skate of Newman. Into the slot area again. Here's Hofstetter, back for Hyman. Hyman will fake the shot, give back for Hofstetter. Into the near circle, he'll work. Top of the near circle, now down low for the Tigers. Hofstetter winds, fires, pad save made by Pisoni. He kicks it into the corner. Tigers get it there. Tigers with a two-man advantage for another minute and 10 seconds. Down low, Tigers with it. Smith in the slide, right fire, that hit the post, rebound, and it scores! Tigers tie it at 1!
Funky bounce right off the post, came to a stick of the Tigers on the near side. I think it was Lambert who buried it for the Tigers. It's 1-1.
And that's a great sign for the Tigers. It gets you back to even though you've been highly outplayed or heavily outplayed. And it shows Jocelyn Guimond that all his work is going to pay off. That's a big thing for a goaltender to see that, yeah, I'm keeping you in this. Go score a goal or something.
Can't wait to see that one on the video because that developed so quickly. It hit the near post and then bounced off the boards right onto the stick of Lambert.
Smith and Doherty with the assists. That'll get us the call of that. Next break. 3:49 remaining here in the first period of play. We're knotted at 1. Both teams have power play goals.
And the Tigers still on a power play for another 44 seconds.
Here's Patry in his own zone. Sophomore out of Ottawa, Ontario. Plays it along the near boards. Now out to center ice. Got a whistle and a stoppage in play. Like to remind you, this is RIT Tigers hockey on the RIT Tigers Sports Network. Back once again, and on the draw, it's controlled by the Tigers, still with the man advantage. Tigers just knotted it at 1 as Simone Lambert scored his 4th of the season on a 5-on-3 on a funky bounce off that near post. And the Tigers were able to keep the puck moving. In behind the net, now falling out, loose puck squirts free. Far boards, it's Raymond. He comes to the bottom half boards, knocks it in behind the net. Tigers with it there. Will set up behind the net. Centering pass is swept away off the stick of Olson. Rolls to the backboard. Here's Olson with it. Slot shot. Rebound save. Over the crossbar. Was fired on a tight angle, and I think Walton just missed that one. Back the other way. Here come the Saints to center ice. They're going to get a penalty call against the Tigers. Doherty pushes a man off the loose puck. We're going to get a tripping call against the Tigers. I think the Tigers were just changing guys on the fly, and somebody got the 2-on-1 intercepted.
Yep. Didn't want to get beat at the blue line there, and it's going to be Patry got a hold of a St. Lawrence player for the penalty, and the Tigers will be shorthanded for the 5th time.
5 minors against the Tigers, 4 for St. Lawrence. Lots of power play opportunities. Tigers just had their string broken on the power play goal. What
did it wind up at? 28 in a row? Was that
29 in a row?
29 in a row. That's not bad.
Start another one.
That'll put you in the PK Hall of Fame. Good win by Saracen to golf it down the length of the ice.
Walton in pursuit. He's got some wheels.
Yes, he does. Walton intercepts that play along the backboard. He'll take the thump for it, but he'll fight along with 2 Cardinals. Penalty call. He drew the call.
Wow.
And the referee makes the call, and St. Lawrence doesn't like it. But Ricky Walton with some wheels caused that penalty call.
That was all Walton.
Speaking of penalty-killing streaks, the Tigers just broke a 19-straight streak by St. Lawrence by scoring that 5-on-3.
Well, we've got a second. The Tigers will go for a side. We'd like to send our get well soon wishes out to Dottie Hicks. She and her husband Bob are good long-time RIT fans here. I understand Dottie had a heart attack at the end of early last weekend,
just before the game,
and missed that game against Canisius, and she's home recovering. But Can't wait to see you back here at the Frank Ritter and offside now against the Saints. We skate for a side.
2:12 left here in the first period. Face off just outside the Tiger zone. Shots are lopsided, but the part of the scoreboard that it matters is all even at 1.
Lambert takes the draw but can't control. Saints into the zone. Swum ahead by DiVirgilio. He'll try to send it in front. Save made by Guimond, and no one was there for the rebound. Burns was able to clean it up. Steer to center ice. Raymond with a sloppy pass out of the zone. Kept in by the Saints, and they're going to make the Tigers pay for it. Back to the point. Here's a wrist shot through a screen. That's knocked down by Draper. So the Tigers got away with some sloppy play, and it's brought back to center ice. Centering it in front was Lambert, but he couldn't get it back to Draper. Back the other way. Still 4-on-4. Intercepted by Hyman. He swings it ahead. Knocked down with a high stick.
Another penalty.
No, knocked down by a high stick by the Saints. Right at center ice. So we'll get a face-off deep in the Saints zone.
Nice job by Burns there to break that play up. 4-on-4 with the speed advantage that St. Lawrence has. That's dangerous time. And Burns did a nice job. Played the body. It's always tough sometimes right at the blue line to decide if you're going to play the body or play the man. He made the right choice.
I can't tell you I'm not impressed by this Saints squad. Up and down the ice, they can move the puck very well. But then again, it's not 24-1 at the end of one period of play, which I think a lot of folks were looking for in this contest. Swatted into the skates of Hyman, chipped to center ice. Here's Doherty back the other way. He races there with Madill. Madill wins it out to center ice. 4-on-4 we skate into the zone with a wrist shot. Gloved by Guimond, and he'll hold on as Watson went for his own rebound in front. Guimond gets a poke pat. Congratulations from Hofstetter.
Another full house here at the Frank Ritter tonight, looks like, and louder than even normal because of the dreaded thundersticks.
Saw former Tiger Roberto Orafiama in the crowd. He brought his AAA team from Toronto down for tonight's action. And we'll talk to some of the Dawes on that squad before tonight's action. Here's Doherty to center ice. He tries to go around Fensel, takes him into the far corner. Last minute of play in the period. We're knotted at 1.
Another penalty.
Penalty, the arm's up. It's going to be a Tiger power play. Tigers will chase it into the corner. Here's again, Ricky Walton causes the penalty by the Saints. That's a holding call. As Walton, the sophomore out of Hamilton, Ontario, kept his feet moving, tried to keep going around the check, and did. And a holding call against the Saints.
And St. Lawrence would have had a very brief power play there. Or no, the Tigers would have had a very brief power play, and now they've got 18 seconds of 5-on-3, and then the rest of it 5-on-4 here with just 40 seconds left in the first period. Tied at 1.
So the Tigers are again with a 5-on-3 advantage for the 14 seconds of the remainder of this period, but it's cleared by the Saints down the length of the ice. Tigers have to hurry on the 5-on-3, but will finish the period with the man advantage. Here's Lambert. He's bumped off the puck heavily by Simon Watson. Tigers now with a 5-on-4. St. Lawrence returns a player. Hyman leaves it in the corner. Pushed away. Could have been a tripping call against the Tigers, but they'll walk out of the corner with a loose puck. Hyman back to the point. His wrist shot is blocked out. Smith one times it over the crossbar as he took a whack at the loose puck. Saints into the corner. 3 seconds left in the period. They'll simply clear to center ice as the buzzer sounds. Shots on goal in the first period by unofficial count 24-5 in favor of the Saints.
Oh, that's that's 72-15. We keep going.
It'll be interesting when we see the stats, how many of those came on the power play. I'm betting about 19.
Yeah.
So at the end of one period of play, it is RIT 1 and St. Lawrence 1. This is RIT Tigers hockey on the RIT Tigers Sports Network. Back once again at the Frank Ritter Memorial, and I am a little bewildered as head coach March from St. Lawrence gave the referee something, and he skated it over to the, like a piece of paper.
Credit card.
An apology note or something. The player who said, "You're nuts," says, "I'm sorry."
Well, there was a 10-minute
Misconduct.
Misconduct for abusive official that occurred on that first. Those 2 quick penalties. First one.
Yeah, I thought he, teed the guy up.
Simon Watson got a misconduct.
So the Tigers with a power play to start this second period, tied at 1. Into the high slot. Here's Hyman. Gloves it down. Cross ice for Hofstetter. Back for Hyman. He's watched out high by Hogg. It's steered down into the corner now. Pass Lambert, too strong. Saints have a free out along the boards, but it's erased by Smith. Nice job by Matt Smith to get to that loose puck before Hogg could clear it. Hogg swings it around the boards for Rank. Rank off the boards, but not out. Back to the point, over jumps the stick of Hofstetter. Tigers around the board. Finally into the high slot, intercepted by Hyman down low. Here's a screen shot. And that's just wide off the stick of Newman. Wind and fire over the crossbar. And high by the Tigers. Hofstetter at that point controlled. Still 19 seconds remaining in the penalty. Sent in front. Sandwich has it loose in his skate. Swatted at by Hyman as he pinched in way down low. Here are the Tigers. 8 seconds left on the man advantage. Newman's pass blind into the slot is sent down the length of the ice off the stick of Jared Ross, and we're back to full and even strength.
Something we haven't had a lot of so far. We'll see how long we can skate at 5-5.
Tigers try to clear out of the zone. Nothing fancy, just threw it to center ice. See if they get set up. We got an offside call against the Saints, who knocked it back into the zone. Like to again thank Dr. Al Simone for stopping by for his comments. We were kidding. It's not usual for me to have somebody on a headset talking to me that speaks faster than me.
When you're as brilliant a man as Dr. Simone, there's a lot to get out in a short amount of time.
So what's my reason? If you're as big an idiot as you are.
Stream of unconsciousness.
Gas. Saved by the netminder Guimond, and it goes out of play. Also like to pass along, we mentioned Dottie Hicks in the first period. Former Tiger, and I know it's was in doubt for a while, I guess, Tim Kordick, a former Tiger blue liner. He had a brain tumor that they have treated with chemotherapy, and he is doing much better now. But things were in doubt, I guess, about 3/4 of a year ago. That just came to light to me, and our thoughts and prayers go out to Timmy.
Old-time Tiger fans remember Timmy Kordick as really is one of the stalwarts in the blue line during those glory years when the Tigers were in the national championship hunt.
ESPN here? We don't have mullets. Off the draw, controlled by the Tigers, and knocked into the zone. 2 minutes in the scorebooks here in the second period. Fairbarn along with Olson. Rangy center out of Abbotsford, British Columbia. Swung down the length of the ice. Pushed aside into the corner. Now skirting out of the Tiger zone is Max Taylor. Taylor's tied up by a pair of Tigers. Loose puck comes free to Draper. Draper near board, tries to break out. That's intercepted by DiVirgilio. Tries to send it to the front of the net, but can't. Pushed ahead by Miskovic. He'll swing it in behind the Tiger net. Rolls all the way back to center ice, right through the Tigers' mouth, and it's cleared by the Saints. Tigers with it in front of their own net. Sarazen into the zone, but Olson was trying to sneak off the ice inside the zone, and he was whistled for that. Also, a number of fans here, there's so many of Wayne Wilson's connections that have come into town to see this. I saw Derek Hahn's 5th, 6th, and 7th grade teacher, also his coach back when. I was introduced before the game to him. Wayne's father, Mr. Wilson, is also in the crowd. Mrs. Wilson, I guess, is at the ranch listening on the radio. So hi to her. Beautiful chance by Farr to walk in front, and I think he hit Pisoni in the helmet. Back the other way. Here's a wind and fire. That's off the backboard. Cleared by the Tigers to center ice. Here comes big Brad Harris. To the blue and checkered red. Across the line. He'll swing it to the front of the net. Knocked down by Fensel. Fensel, the freshman out of Nepean, Ontario. Flipped off the glass and back to center ice. Here's Harris. He'll battle on the boards. Tigers move the puck into the neutral ice area and kicked it back into their own zone. Saints collide as they came across at center ice. Madill was hit by his own man. Here's Trull to center ice. Now out to center ice for Giffin. Giffin across the line. A wrist shot. Going to get a penalty call. Is going to the front of the net. Was Hogg, and Miskovic misfired, and it went up high into the crowd. We'll get a whistle and a stoppage in play. As we said last year, Chris, with the new rule emphasis, if I'm a forward on an off wing, I'm just going to skate to the net.
I'm going to put my head down and go to the net and try to draw a interference call. And it's going to be Patry going to the box for that. And again, the Saints will go on the power play. 16:22 left here, second period. Knotted at 1. Tigers hanging tough with the 18th ranked St. Lawrence Saints.
Back to the point, onto the stick of Sandrick. Sandrick, quarterback to the power play. Side of the net, save made! Still trying to grab it as Guimond. He finally comes out, covers up, and he just stood there, and a number of whacks at a loose puck by John Zeiler, the senior out of Perryopolis, Pennsylvania.
Good job by Guimond, not giving up any ground and just
bit bigger than Perryville, I would guess, right?
Right.
There's Perryville, Perrytown, and then Perryopolis. Come on.
North Perry, Perry Center.
Perryburg. Back now on the power play. Still the Saints with it. Will roll it out to center ice as it's blocked by the
Tigers. That's a high stick by Walton.
And Walton gets called for it, and he looks at the referee and says, "Oh, come on."
No, that could be a major. He got it up under the grill.
Saints into the Tiger zone. Should just give up the puck because they have a two-man advantage, but as they control it and shoot it toward Guimond anyway, it's cleared aside of the board, kept in by Fensel. Fensel at the near point. Saints have added the extra attacker goal mouth pass, looking across for Zbriger, and he couldn't find it. Shot is blocked off the glass and out of play. So we got a whistle and a stoppage, a high sticking call. The AR actually made that call, but then reports it to the referee.
Walton got the stick right under the grill of Trevelyan, and fortunately, I think for the Tigers, Trevelyan was not injured. I didn't see any blood, and he got back in the play. So hopefully it was not going to be a major penalty, which is a break for the Tigers. Still bad news. They're going to be on the wrong end of a 5-on-3 here. 15:28 left second period, pardon me. A minute 7 of 5-on-3.
Face off will be to the right or stick side of a very tired Jocelyn Guimond.
Well, we're speculating. If he gets a start tomorrow night, he's gonna be on a pace to make over 100 saves this weekend.
Saints on the draw. Wine and fire. Big pad save through a screen. Kick back to the point onto the stick of Ross. Into the high slot for Miskovic. Miskovic knocks it down. Here's Ross in the high slot. Top of the near face-off circle. Shot is fanned on there by DiVirgilio, and the Tigers able to clear it out to center ice. And upset with himself is Bobby Raymond as he tried to play it off the glass and down the ice, and he flipped it up too much. Played the wedge instead of the 9-iron, and it went out of play.
A little too much lift on that one, and if he hadn't, the Saints would just about be breaking up ice now and wasting 10 seconds. Instead, the face-off still in the Tiger zone.
Out to center ice, the Saints with the loose puck. Cleared it. Fensel, cross ice. Controls now onto the stick of Zbriger. Zbriger had a great centering pass on the first Saint goal to the point for Madill. He'll play catch with Fensel. Madill into the high slot, knocks it down low. Here's a shot, blocker save made by Guimond, and it's cleared to the point. On the stick of Fensel. Fensel watched there by a Tiger up high. Down low, past Draper, center of the net. That may have hit the skate of Guimond as a goal mouth pass again was kicked aside. 13 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Here's a shot deflected side of the net by the Tiger blue liner. Kicked back by Raymond. Raymond side of the net. Raymond will slide. Save made by Guimond. This is RIT.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is RIT Tigers hockey on the RIT Tigers Sports Network.
Face off to the right of Guimond, won by the Saints. Front of the net, wrist shot, save made by Guimond. That's his 31st of the night.
And, they're right. Trevelyan takes a lot of shots. He's taken the last two, and both times he's put it right into the breadbasket of Guimond, shaking his head a little bit.
Puck hog.
And he's got 107 career points. So
and in ECAC hockey, that's a ton of points. Yeah, a lot of games in that league, 3-1, 2-1 sort of contests every night in and out. So 100 points is an awful lot.
Especially in 3 years.
Along the boards, pushed aside by DiVirgilio. Tigers add one player to the fray. Falling on the loose puck was Patry, so we'll get a whistle and a stoppage in play. You know, you look back, one of the leading scorers from RPI after 3 seasons transferred to RIT and had like 38 points in 3 years.
Matt Garvin.
You know, so that's how many points you usually get in that league. So here's a shot, save, rebound is cleared away by the Tigers and pushed out to center ice. Again, the save made by Guimond and cleared out to center ice by the Tigers. Here's Zach Miskovic on a River Forest, Illinois.
I think he's got a brother who's a goalie for Utica. That name sounds very familiar.
Cross to center ice. Now here's DiVirgilio. DiVirgilio into the slot area, looking across ice for Miskovic. Soldering pass, missing a wide open side of the net was DiVirgilio. Tigers back to full and even strength. We got a whistle and too many men on the ice call. This is RIT Tigers hockey on the RIT Tigers Sports Network.
Okay.
Trying to sort out the penalty. It's either going to be too many men on the ice, which is going to be an infraction of, like, the guy either came out of the box too early or
they messed up the change. The guy may come out of the box and try to go into the play, and they'd already thought they had communicated with him that he was coming off.
Face-off rolls in the corner, so the Saints go right back on a 2-minute power play. To the point, it's Madill. Cross ice controlled by Fensel. He'll leave it there in the high slot, knocked down low. Nice forecheck by Burns, who wields into the corner. Tigers push it to center ice. Race for the loose puck, but it's not going to be won by the Tigers. As Madill back for it, plays it onto the stick of Sandrick. Sandrick for Trevelyan. Trevelyan to center ice. It's going to be a tripping call against Lambert. So the Tigers are going to be 2 men short again.
Oh, my goodness.
And, you know, you kind of giggle because I saw a Tiger not in the lineup in between periods, Brian Pant, who said, they're kind of fast, huh?
Yep. Well, Lambert was on his way down and basically just swung his stick trying to hopefully to get a piece of the puck. Instead, he got all skate. And Tigers again looking at an extended period where they are down 2 men.
Draw is won by Kyle Rank. St. Lawrence has run on a power play unit. They're just sending lines out now. They've been on the power play so much of this game. Rank along with Giffin and Hogg. Here's Hogg, far board. Back to the point, controlled by Sandrick. Sandrick knocks it into the corner. Here's Trevelyan. Trevelyan winds and fires. That's blocked. Rebound save. Rebound cleared off the side of the net. And then the post comes loose. And I think it had some help at the side of the net.
The red light went on for a second, but that puck looked like it was going by the net, behind it, not into it from our angle. St. Lawrence not really complaining about it too much. So,
of course, we are 200 feet away.
Yeah.
I think Zeiler knocked the net off its moorings, but I think Zeiler had a little help.
So that's why the faceoff is still in the Tiger zone. Still a minute 3 on this 5-on-3.
Where is the fourth line for the Tigers?
Yeah, well, the St. Lawrence fourth line is out there on the
right.
PK unit is actually on the power play right now, as you said, Randy.
Back to the point. Here's Trevelyan again. Cross ice pass, fed back to him. He can't load up the wrist shot. Now at the far point, he'll look cross ice. Leave it for Madill. Down low. Front of the net, a centering pass, and a great guess by Guimond, who dove with that pass this time and poked it away. Tigers able to clear it down the length of the ice. 40 seconds left on the 2-man advantage. Trevelyan, checkered red and blue. Into the zone. He'll walk past Hyman. Hyman has to retreat. Trevelyan sends one toward the front of the net, but it's deflected up high. Trevelyan near point now. Cross ice for Madill. Down low. Centering pass. Shot. And he goes on the side of the net. Again, that same play is the bringer to the side of the net. And I think it was Zeiler again. A 5-on-3 power play goal for the Saints.
Just too much speed and too many scoring opportunities. They finally get another crack at Guimond, find another chink, and it's 2-1 St. Lawrence.
Also laughing with pain in between periods. You know, you think Guimond went into the locker room and did the old slap shot routine in between. Stop him! Stop him! Stop him! You know, the goaltender to Eddie that couldn't sit square on the bench because too many shots and too much traffic in front of the net. Now we're on the 36th shot on goal of the evening for the Saints. They are back in front, 2-1. Across the line now, here's DiVirgilio. It's knocked off his stick and down the length of the ice by Sarrazin. Sarrazin and Walton, the penalty killers for the Tigers. Probably the two fastest forwards for the Tigers. They can match up. Across the line, nice carry into the zone by McBride. McBride steers it around side of the net, but it's cleared by Sarrazin out to center ice. Back for it is Miskovic. Miskovic goes around Sarrazin. His nearboard pass doesn't connect, and behind the net is Burns. He'll find an open lane and clear it down the length of the ice. 11 minutes to play, second period. Saints have their second one-goal lead of the night on a 5-on-3 power play less than a minute ago. And the Tigers are back to now full and even strength. Burns in his zone, pushes it up to center ice.
Almost too many men.
Then it's cleared over a stick and down the length of the ice. They'll say icing is waved off. Tigers deep in the zone. Here's Farr back to the point. One-timer back from Patry. Cleared off the backboards by the Saints. That went wide. Troll tries to clear the zone and cannot. Here's the fourth line for the Tigers as Farr sends it into the corner. Senior out of Sarnia, Ontario, cleared by the Saints down the length of the ice. A rare icing call against the visiting Saints, and we'll get a whistle and a stoppage and play.
Farr very physical along the boards, forces the Saints to just clear the puck out of danger. 10:20 left here, second period, about the midway point of this game. Tigers trail by one. St. Lawrence just took the lead again on the power play.
That was Mike Zbriger from John Zeiler and Mike Madill at 8:14.
Almost a carbon copy of the first goal on the man advantage.
Just switched the two guys.
Yep.
It's going to be hard for the Tigers to get a carbon copy of their goal. Unless you intentionally bank it off the post again.
That's like skate and shoot with no goalie. You got to hit the post for a goal. Back the other way. Here come the Tigers now. Good lead rush out of the zone. Tiger interfered with, and we're going to get a penalty call against the Saints. As Hofstetter was run into an illegal procedure call against
traveling.
Charging is the call, the same sign in all those sports. But
that's the first charging call we've seen all season.
Yep. He did take quite a few steps into that Tiger and actually broke his stick when he hit him. Did Jamie Parker. He's going to go to the box, and the Tigers with a much-needed man advantage here after being down. We still haven't seen a lot of 5-on-5, but we don't mind right now.
It's the Tigers' seventh power play. They're 1 for 6.
Here's Hofstetter. Control at the far point and dump it in. Behind Pisoni, who gets out quickly to play the loose puck. Sophomore netminder, as you said, Chris, out of Edmonton, Alberta. Going around into the Tiger zone. Back for it is Hyman. Hyman and Hofstetter on the points. Lambert along with Doherty and Smith, the first power play unit for the Tigers. Back the other way. Hofstetter loses control of the puck. Saints with it back in their own zone. Fensel will find the back end of Wayne Wilson as he clears it into the bench.
He's still got good reflexes for an old guy. Gets out of the way. We can say that because we're his age.
He's like a year younger, so
okay.
That means you're an even older guy.
Oh, he's Chris and our ages. You're a year older than he is.
Class of '84, correct?
Right. Wait. I'm the youngest.
No, but your birthday's coming up, so you got to be the oldest. Here's a shot in front. Rebound saved by Pisoni as Doherty had it bounce fortuitously to him again.
Yep, best scoring opportunity the Tigers have had since they scored that goal in the first period. But Pisoni able to trap it underneath the pads. Keep it 2-1 St. Lawrence. Face off to his left.
Here's Taylor to take the draw. Won by Doherty. Back to the point. Here's Bobby Raymond. Raymond out of Lucknow, Ontario. Steers it down low for the Dorodani. Nice pass by Doherty through a crowd, and that deflects. There's going to be a penalty call against. It's got to be the Saints.
Yep.
Tigers didn't realize it because netminder Guimond did not head to the bench. Holding the stick.
Boy, and the parade to the penalty box continues for both squads. And other than that last game, the whole season's been like this. Every game the Tigers have played except maybe that last Canisius game.
Where it was clear the referee had never read the rule book because he didn't know that he was supposed to call things.
Yeah, we were so vindicated by that video, the TV broadcast. All those nasty things we said about that referee.
They were all true.
They were all true.
Here are the Tigers on a two-man advantage. They scored on their last two-man try. Back to the point side of the net. Here's Lambert. Cross ice for Hyman with a shot. That's wide from a tight angle. Kept in by the Tigers, but it rolls off the stick of Hofstadter out to center ice. 45 seconds remaining on the Tiger 5-on-3. Good chance to get back to even on this. Here's Smith for Hyman. Hyman watched by Hogg for Hofstadter. He's watched by Rank. Lambert into the high slot. Wrist shot. Save, rebound, goal! Doherty out front. And Pisoni took the wrist shot up high, but couldn't control. And we've had 4 power play goals tonight, 2 by each squad.
And both the Tigers have been 5-on-3, including that one. Pisoni got the glove on it, but couldn't hold on to it. It fell right to his feet. Doherty right there to bang it home. Tigers have tied this one at 2.
That's Darren Doherty's second of the season.
The Duro Dandy gets the Tigers even. And, well, now we've played more than half the game, and it's not 24-1 yet.
Yeah, well, you know, granted they've both been 5-on-3, but Pisoni getting outplayed a little bit here, I think, by Guimond, allowing those 2 goals on just 7 shots, while Guimond has seen 36 so far.
He's getting cobwebs, waiting for shots. Here the Tigers around the boards. Tristan Fairbarn is muscled off the loose puck. Pushed ahead there by Simone Watson. Simone Watson with the loose puck into the zone, lifting his stick off. The shot was Doherty, couldn't get the shot. I mean, you look at the Saints, both of their goals have come on the power play as well. Right. So, I mean, even strength. Like you said, I think Guimond right now outplaying Pisoni. Tigers with a loose puck in their own zone. Backhand pass to the line, across the line. Here's Doherty into the high slot. That swept away before the shot of Patry get to the front of the net. Rebound with it is Fairbarn. Fairbarn, top of the near face-off circles. Tigers still with a 5-on-4 advantage. Cross-ice pass. Boy, everyone in the stadium saw that one coming. Here's Zeiler the other way, but he's erased by 3 Tigers without taking a minor. Good play by the Tigers defensively. Zeiler able to get it along the boards, and it's pushed ahead by Walman. Walman with the loose puck. Sophomore out of Souris, Manitoba. Controlled now to center ice. Here comes Saracen. 12 seconds left on the man advantage. Saracen's shot is blocked as it rolls into the corner off Zeiler. Rebound kick back to the point. Tigers can't keep it in as it rolls past Patry. And back to full and even strength are the visiting Saints. 2-2 the score. Each team scoring here on a 5-on-3.
That's too many men
on the ice.
On St. Lawrence. So just a late change. A player didn't get off. Some miscommunication. And I don't know if that was intentional, but if it was, it's a smart play by the Tigers to fire it.
2-2 the score. 6:50 remaining here in the second period of play.
You know, sometimes you're just lucky in there, and sometimes if you can sense that coming, you send the puck right into where all those guys are changing in front of the bench. I don't know which one that was, but it's another power play for the Tigers.
St. Lawrence not being allowed the final change and or having 6 guys on the ice at one time. Both squads have gotten bench minors this period for too many men on the ice. Lawrence University in their first trip to the Frank Ritter Memorial Arena has all they want in this one. Sure, they would have liked a nicer cushion. As we're midway through this second period of play. Across the line, the Tigers are onside. Still with a power play. Here's Lambert. He's battled into the corner by Sandrick, and Sandrick will clear it down the length of the ice. Sandrick out of Montreal, Quebec. Tigers with it in their own zone. Hyman, the captain of the squad for the Tigers. Sloppy to center ice, but the Tigers across the line. Diving for the loose puck. And a nice poke by Smith as he did get it into the netminder, Pisoni. Rolls now, far boards. Tigers with a penalty call in the corner. And I think we're going to get the roughing call on Lambert. No, holding call on Lambert. This is RIT Tigers hockey on the RIT Tigers Sports Network.
And remember to set your clock so it's really 6 p.m. Sunday.
Here the Tigers with it, back in their own zone. Oh, that was dangerous by the Tigers' Bobby Raymond as he was the last man back trying to stick handle past the last Cardinal. In toward the front of the net, Burns pushes away the loose puck. We skate for a side. It has been a game of excellent attackers.
Special teams.
And Darryl Draper thought he was playing Canadian football and was offside by a good 85 feet, but you can be running towards the line of scrimmage in Canadian football. Our next broadcast of RIT Men's Tiger Hockey will be tomorrow night. These same two squads, same time, one day later. The 29th of October. And I don't know where October went, but it's gone in a hurry. And behind the net now, pushing for the loose puck is DiVirgilio. He'll spin it aside, leave it for McBride. McBride back to the point as we skate 4 aside for the next 35 seconds. 2-2 the score, 5.5 to play here. Second period, Tigers and Saints. Loose puck, Burns is pushed off it. Saints with it. Into the front of the net. Here's DiVirgilio. He tries to walk around Raymond and does fairly easily. Back the other way. Tigers couldn't clear the zone. Here's Raymond having a personal battle with DiVirgilio and not doing well. Around the back point now, the Tigers are able to clear. Out to center ice. The linesman takes the angle away from Walton. So the Saints back to the Tigers checkered red and blue. Across the line, it's Wallman. He pushes it to loose puck. Back to full and even strength there. The Saints, excuse me. And it rolls to center ice. I know, I see the sign. Yes, thank you very much. It's always been the red team has been the Cardinals. I'm sorry. You have to get used to new red teams, right? Along the backboards now. We're knotted at 4.5 minutes left. 26 seconds remaining on the Saints power play. Along the boards, Farr does a nice job. Leaves it for Harris in the corner as those two check for the Tigers. Back the other way comes Madill. His pass intercepted, but rolls into the Tigers zone. Nice move across the line by Zbriger with a shot. And that went out of play, so it was a clean shot out of play. And it'll come back to the neutral ice area for the draw.
Tigers defensemen doing a much better job of judging and not stepping up in anticipation the way they've been burned a couple times against Canisius. They're laying back, playing very defensively, which you got to do when you have a team that's fast coming at you.
Draw won by the Saints up through center ice for Zbriger. He's got a goal and an assist. His shot is blocked by the Tigers. Centering pass. Tigers back to full and even strength. It doesn't clear quickly enough to center ice. Here comes Olson into the zone. Olson shoots and scores! Oh, what an individual effort by the Frenchman Olson as he went by 3 Saints.
You know, we called it in the pregame. We said, Olson's done everything but score. He's a great skater and a great stick handler and a great individual effort to put the Tigers in the lead 3-2. Oh, my.
Mom, Dad, I'm mailing a funny puck home. It's got a tiger on it. Don't lose it.
Yeah.
Eh?
Was that shorthanded or had it expired?
Back to even strength. Even strength goal. Time of the goal is going to be 16:04.
Oh,
first
my.
lead of the night for the Tigers. Tigers with it. Will walk out behind the net. Far centering pass. 3 Tigers there, but it jumps over a number of sticks, and it's cleared down the length of the ice by the Saints. Tigers back with Hofstetter. Oh, that's going to be like so hitting from behind on Matt Harris, or Brad Harris, excuse me. He's going to go goodbye. Hitting from behind, 5
and you're gone.
Yep.
That's mandatory this year.
So the Tigers will start out shorthanded in the third period. They'll finish up shorthanded here in the second for 24.8 seconds. Harris, you're trying to do something. You're trying to keep the team going. Your fourth line.
Yep. You don't want to give anything up here late, and you're just a little over-aggressive.
Yep.
And it was Paul Wallman that got hit. He's skating it off right now, but he seems to be fine.
The game misconduct and not a game disqualification, so Harris would be available for tomorrow night's contest.
But the big hurt, besides losing a player for the rest of the game, is the 5-minute major.
Wayne Wilson is pretty upset.
I don't know. That looked from here like there was no way he couldn't call that.
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't think he's upset at the call. He's upset at the player.
Yeah, I think he's upset with that. It's the first dumb penalty the Tigers have taken tonight. And it's sent down the length of the ice. 13 seconds left in the period.
That's the silver lining, is that the penalty will have to span this period.
Madill, length of the ice, and a shot saved by the netminder. Guimond, and he'll hold on with 3.9 seconds. And I don't mean to sound like it was a dumb, it's like Brad Harris was out to hurt anybody. It's an over-enthusiastic penalty. Okay, you're going to go hit the guy.
It's using your heart and not your head.
But you know
penalty,
what? After the injury last year to Robbie Bina, there's just no tolerance anymore. You've got to call that.
I understand why you got to call it. I'm not saying you shouldn't have. I'm just saying that off the draw, there's the buzzer to end the period, to just finish up on that. You're really enthusiastic. You've taken the lead. You're surprising everyone in the barn, and you want to send a message check, and the player just doesn't turn right or left, and you square him up in the back. 3-2 at the end of 2. The Tigers lead the number 18 ranked St. Lawrence Saints. This is the RIT Tigers hockey on the Tigers Sports Network. Back once again at the Frank Ritter Memorial Arena. And it was fun in between periods. Down in the hallway, I heard about 5 or 6 different people on their phones calling friends going, yeah, we're being outshot by 39-11, but we're winning, man.
Well, there's still 20 minutes left before midnight. Cinderella's got the slipper on, but there's still a lot of time to go here. Tigers up 3-2, but they're looking at 4:36 of a man-down situation against St. Lawrence here as they need to kill off the vast majority of this major penalty to Brad Harris.
Off the draw, flipped into the zone. Here's a chance. Lambert, Jesse Newman tries to roll toward the front of the net and can't. Back the other way. Here comes Madill. He'll drop it to the far point onto the stick of Trevelyan. Trevelyan cross-ice pass for Fensel. Fensel front of the net. That's off a skate and wide. Here's Madill, usually a defenseman, down low for the Saints on this man advantage. Here's Trevelyan with a shot on net and covered up by Guimond. Trevelyan in the black hole of college hockey.
Yeah.
I've got it on my stick. I'm going to shoot it.
And everybody knows it, too, and that can help you sometimes if you're blocking shots the way the Tigers are trying to do. And this is where, there's kind of this, the unofficial rule book where when you're down on a 5-on-3, you're hoping for a little help from the official here. He will be very observant of St. Lawrence here.
Wine and fire. That's blocked the center ice. Ricky Walton's going to feel a sting tomorrow, but he hopped it out to center ice.
He's feeling it now. He's coming off.
That was right at the top of the boot. Tigers have to circle back out to get onside. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left on the Saints power play to the checkered red into the zone. Here's Trevelyan. He'll leave it for Zeiler. Zbriger, blocked by Farr, and from his knee he tried to clear the ice, couldn't. Cross-ice pass. Tigers Hofstetter watches up high. Shot deflected, rebound shot. Wow. Oh my, what a save by Giffin. Zbriger hit 4 or 5 whacks at the sophomore netminder. That's save number 42, 43, 44, and 45.
Yeah, the guy can't push the button that fast over on the clock. That was amazing, especially the last 2 going from near post to far post was Guimond. Walton out for a little skate there, trying to see if he can put some weight on that leg that was injured when he blocked the shot.
Heavy face-off differential in favor of the Saints. Here's a shot. Boy, again, just a huge kick save by Guimond, and it's cleared down the length of the ice by Saracen.
Something the Tigers like to see. The Saints are kind of shaking their heads here. You see the players shaking their heads.
Well, they're coming off an outing against their exhibition game at home against Western Ontario, out shooting an opponent very heavily, but not winning. So they got to be shaking their heads. Here's a shot wide of the net. Rebound comes to DiVirgilio. Cross ice back to the point. Snaps for DiVirgilio stopped by Guimond, who played it well to the near post. Harris ties up his man out in front of the net. Here's Watson. He can't control. He'll leave for Taylor. Taylor out to the high slot. One-timer. Rebound in front.
Oh, my.
Saved by Guimond. Block shot by Patry. 2.5 minutes remaining on the major penalty to the Tigers. And you said everything but the kitchen sink. I think he just got Kohler in the mouth. Here's a wide and far good save by Guimond, and he'll hold on. Okay.
This is one of the finest goaltending performances we have seen in quite a while.
Wow.
This is Jamie Morris goaltending here. Another great Tiger netminder.
Back to the point. Won by St. Lawrence. They'll try to study it at that point. Here's Trevelyan for Zbriger. Back for Trevelyan. Line and fire. That goes well wide off a stick out in front of Burns, and that would have been a heartbreaker to have a redirected shot like that.
2 minutes.
Tigers with just 2 minutes remaining on the penalty to Harris. Lambert out to forecheck, but with a burst of speed, Zbriger now for Trevelyan. To the front of the net, his shot is blocked by Burns. It goes up onto the back netting, and we'll have a face-off. They're going to say that the Tiger defenseman Raymond put it up on the back of the net, so we'll have the face-off deep in the zone. One thing the Tigers aren't doing, I don't know where the stat sheet are, but they haven't won a face-off in this 5 minutes.
And these are so important in this case. That was kind of funny because you saw 5 Tiger arms pointing for that face-off outside the blue line, 5 white sleeves, but the one that's striped was pointing to the face-off circle in the Tiger zone.
Doherty kicks it free. A little help from the linesman. The Tigers knock it into the corner, but still don't control the puck. Line and fire. That's off the back end of Burns and rolls into the near corner. Once again, back at the point for Trevelyan with a line and fire. He hits a buddy up high, and that was Zbriger in front of the net. His arms must be tired by the end of the night, Trevelyan's. Here's a pass across ice. Yeah, he shoots again. He's got 3 guys blocking shots. Trevelyan with it again. He couldn't get the shot off, and it steered down the length of the ice. Tigers clear with 1 minute and 16 seconds left on the major call to Brad Harris. Tigers lead 3-2, 3.5 minutes in the books here in the third. Swung around the backboards. Here's Taylor. Taylor settles it down. Far boards pass, now watched by DiVirgilio. Tigers can't clear the zone. Here's Trevelyan. Trevelyan down low. He'll kick it for Taylor. Back to the point for DiVirgilio. He'll walk down low. Bouncing puck. Side of the net. And Guimond didn't have to respond to that far with a good lift of a stick late in that flurry. Here's a shot. Save. Rebound. Save again by Guimond. And he holds on.
Crowd loving it here. Crowd on its feet. All the Tigers coming out and saying something to Guimond. Like, hey, you're pretty good, eh?
Wow.
Still 35 seconds left on the St. Lawrence man advantage. Their 50th shot on goal.
And still 16 minutes left to play in regulation. It is a long time. Pisoni out to play the loose puck. Tigers did win that draw and cleared it down the length of the ice. I hope the Frank Ritter just absolutely roars if they can kill off the remaining 15 seconds of this 5-minute man advantage. Here's a shot. Save. Rebound. Kicked away by Guimond. Gave up a big rebound, but it was past DiVirgilio. Shot. Guimond. Save. And he'll hold on.
Still 5 seconds left on the Tiger power play. Face off to Guimond's right. He's going to get a good night's sleep tonight.
They've updated the shots on goal, 52-11 in favor of St. Lawrence.
So that's his 50th save of the evening.
Only been beaten once on a 5-on-3 and once on a 5-on-4 man advantage. And the Tigers back to full and even strength. Face-off is going to be whistled in the corner as the Tigers stood that up. Stand and roar, Frank Ritter. What a great 5 minutes of power play kill.
I'm watching Guimond, and he just did one of those big exhales like, whoa. Wow.
This is harder than Pilates class. Here are the Tigers out to center ice now. Bouncing puck for Draper. Sophomore out of Tigard, Oregon. Can't get to the loose puck as it was sent long by Lambert. 15 minutes to play here in the third. The Tigers hold a 1-goal lead. 11 shots on goal and no more for the Tigers, but they've got a 3-2 lead on the scoreboard as there's a whistle and a stoppage.
14:55 left here in regulation. And,
the crowd's going to take like a minute or two to like get their breath again.
Wow.
These same two teams go at it again tomorrow night, but we've got an awful lot of tonight yet to get through.
Got an infraction right off the face-off, so it looks like St. Lawrence is going to get their guy kicked out. I think it's going to be Hogg now taking the draw.
Hogg, Rank, and Giffin.
I think his nickname's Boss. What do you think here, Mr. Hogg?
Kyle Rank from Elmira, Ontario, with former Tiger great Derek Hahn, also from Elmira, Ontario. He's still playing in the CHL, I do believe, is Derek Hahn. For Tulsa. Back the other way. Flipped up high by the Tigers. Played along the boards. Here's Newman. Looks in the high slot. Circles back. Newman doing a little bit of round and round. Couldn't find anybody to pass it to. St. Lawrence out across the line. Tigers clear it to center ice right in front of their own team bench. Knocked into the zone, but offsides was Rank. And we'll have a whistle and a stoppage and play. 14-17 remaining here. The Tigers with a 3-2 lead against the St. Lawrence Saints, the number 18 team in the nation. The Tigers no longer number 59, albeit, but
we're a lot closer to 59.
58, at least 57, right? An icing call against the Tigers. Win so far on the season for the Tigers against AHA team in Canisius.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Yeah.
Air Force is still in the CHA, right?
Right. This is their final year in the CHA. The Tigers better get used to facing the Falcons 3 more times. 2 out there on New Year's, and then they come in here on a Monday night.
Here's a shot deflected, and that went wide. Zeiler's shot just went wide past Guimond. Now here's Hyman. Hyman swinging around the board. Back onto the stick of Trevelyan. Trevelyan actually dumped it in the corner. He didn't shoot. Call the press. Oh, they're not here. Never mind. And Hofstetter with the loose puck out to center ice. Across the line. Tigers are onside. Bouncing puck. Swept up into the zone. Here's a shot that goes wide near side. Kept at the point by the Tigers. Hofstetter. He'll whip it around the boards all the way around to the far half board. Back to the point. Harris steers it toward the front of the net. And it's pushed away by Fasoni. Down the length of the ice. Offsides was Trevelyan. So we'll get a whistle and
a little bit. About a half a mile.
TJ Trevelyan, the senior out of Mississauga, Ontario.
13:26 as the clock counts down time in regulation here.
Gosh, the music's dramatic too. This is very dramatic music.
Beats the White Snake he was playing in between periods.
Was this like Phantom of the Opera?
Well, you know, the guys
Like
used to bring in this huge DJ kit. Now he brings in an iPod. That's his DJ equipment.
Is that Yanni? Along the far boards, here's the Saints with it out of their own zone. Cross ice pass deflected away by Tristan Fairbarn. Fairbarn's got an assist on the second Tiger goal. And waiting to get back on. So, big pop delivered and injured. This is RIT Tigers hockey on the RIT Tigers Sports Network.
Break for the Tigers there. I thought there might have been a hitting after the whistle penalty there, and Joe Marc certainly wanted one. Referee Ed Boyle not agreeing.
Matt Harris is going to have to learn to hit people in front of our bench and not their bench. That's where the fracas started last week. Harris delivered a big check in front of the Canisius bench. There was going to be a penalty call on the retaliation, and then somehow it was evened up, and the Tigers didn't get that last power play.
Fairbarn came in late.
Yeah, but everybody came in late, and I thought there would be coincidental coming in late to the prom sort of thing. Draw one by the Tigers. They'll send it in behind the net, off the stick of Patry. Soldering pass, trying to sneak that in on the glove side down low where the Tigers. In the slot, standing for the OPG card pitcher was Draper, but it never got there.
Penalty call against the
Tigers. To the front of the net. Kick save made, and the Tigers will stand it up. Draper was standing there for the card, and the pass just didn't get there in time.
And speaking of Fairbarn, he's going to the box for the Tigers.
High sticking is the call.
Yep, kind of behind the play as the Saints had already started to break out. Tigers shorthanded again. They should be used to this by now. 12:40 left here in the third period.
Fairbarn, 2 minutes for high sticking. Time of the Tigers penalty 7:20.
Doing a little bit of ice repair or picking up something that was on the ice, and now we're ready to go.
Tarantino to take the draw.
Tigers won it.
Tigers win it, but a bouncing puck in front of the net. Cleared away by Bobby Raymond on a freak bounce off the glass. At the point, watched was Fensel. Fensel into the high slot, down low for Zeiler. Zeiler top of the far face-off circle. His shot, his pass is blocked off the stick of, teammate Trevelyan.
Nice play by Farr to block that shot, then get control and send it down the length of the ice.
12 minutes to play here in the third. The Tigers are up by 1 on a nationally ranked Division I squad, the St. Lawrence Saints. Drop pass, now into the corner. Here's Zbriger. Zbriger, top of the far circle. There's going to be a cross-check call against, I think it's going to be a Saint going to the box. It's going to be Madill, the captain of the squad, in frustration.
Wow, that's huge.
Could have been interference, could have been anything, but Madill gets whistled for the cross-check.
That's huge.
That negates the power play, and that'll give the Tigers a 40-second man advantage in 1:20.
And the Saints trying that last face-off, or last change again, are being sent back to their bench.
So we'll sort that out and get the original players back on the ice that the referee wants. And because of that, the guy automatically gets kicked out. So
it's Zeiler to take the draw. Zeiler wins it back onto the stick of Miskovic. His pass across. We have skated an awful lot 4-on-4 as well as we are right now. Here's Hofstetter. He's got to get to that loose puck. Does. Sends it down the length of the ice. Icing will be the call against the home-standing Tigers.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is RIT Tigers Hockey on the RIT Tigers Sports Network.
Russell Vision every Sunday at 3 p.m. right here on UPN 18.
Draw won by the Tigers. Draper just swatted it out to center ice. Good to see Ricky Walton, the sophomore out of Hamilton, Ontario, on the ice. He took the puck to the boot a little while ago, but he's back and healthy. Into the zone. He tries to step around the last man back, Jamie Parker. He can't get past Parker, and the Saints steer it into the Tiger zone. Icing the call. Coming up, and we got a whistle and a stoppage in play. Almost midway through this one. And
through this third period.
Right? You look at, the Tigers have such a young bench, but it is also brand new. So you'd say, at what point do the young guys start to realize what they're doing? Yep. But it's so brand new that nobody realizes what they're doing.
Exactly. Sometimes being this young, you don't know you're supposed to be getting smoked in this game.
Yeah. You mean we're supposed to lose? Off the draw and won by the Tigers. Back into the corner, played by Raymond. Out to center ice from the Saints. Good check by Burns with a check into the boards. Raymond, though, has to circle back into his own zone. His pass along the near boards doesn't get out. Draper has to help out. Raymond locks his Bowers on it. Tries to just edge it up to center ice and does. Nice play by the freshman Bobby Raymond. Into the slot area. Oh, walking by Raymond with a sweep check as it was a 3-on-1 down low. Tigers try to clear to the point, cannot clear the zone. Back, line, flare, save, and Guimond covers up. Tigers will go on the power play, leading 3-2.
41 seconds the Tigers will have to work with, but they'll start in their own zone. Face off to Guimond's left. And St. Lawrence trying to get that last change out there once again, but no go.
Newman along with Smith and Lambert back on the points. It is Hofstetter and Hyman. Hyman, the only senior on this man advantage for the Tigers. Circles back in his own zone on the pass from Hofstetter. From Bright, Ontario is Hofstetter, the freshman. Across the line, here's Newman. Newman leads the rush into the zone. Good burst of speed. He's around two defensemen behind the net. He'll try to leave it along the near half boards and cannot, but Hofstetter able to come in and dig it free. Tigers with it into the slot. Intercepted on the stick of Smith. Cross ice pass finds Hyman. Hyman with it, top of the far face-off circle. His wrist shot is blocked and rolls out to center ice. You can really watch this. You can.
Yep.
To center ice. Here are the Tigers with a loose puck. They'll lose control and it's flipped back. Hyman swats it out to center ice. Back to full and even strength is everyone. Less than 10 minutes to play here in the third, and the Tigers are winning 3-2. Deep center ice. Here come the Saints yet again. Intercepted. Here's Rob Tarantino into the zone. Tristan Fairbarn with a shot that's blocked. Rebound pinched in by the defense. Swung around behind the backboards. Chasing it is Rob Tarantino. He can't find a man. Loose puck comes free for Trevelyan. He'll swing it in out of his own zone. Intercepted. Tigers line. Fire. Shot saved by the netminder Pisoni, and he has to hold on.
Good look at the net and a nice save by Pisoni.
Hey, they're only out shooting us by 40 now.
And clobbered after the whistle, but there isn't going to be a call on it. It was the big stocky defenseman, Shawn Fensel, giving a nice slam to Tristan Fairbarn, clearing him off the doorstep.
Fensel along with Brennan Saracen, both out of Nepean, Ontario, both freshmen. So one would guess that they know of each other. Here's a centering pass, right out in front. Jumps over the stick of Tarantino, centered by Saracen. Here's Saracen again on the backhand, pushed away from him, and there's going to be a penalty call against the Saints for holding Brendan Saracen. So the Tigers will go on a power play with 9:03 to play here in regulation. The Tigers are up 3-2. Goal scorers for your Tigers tonight.
Lambert his fourth, Doherty his second, Olson his first ever as a Tiger.
Guimond gets a new water bottle.
You think?
He's earned it.
Please stay hydrated.
Yeah, you don't want any cramps here. Not this
Beaucoup
late
de
in the
l'eau.
game. Yeah. Oui.
Flipped into the
none of
Tiger
that.
team bench.
Yeah, there's no wee in the bottle, Ed. Just under 9 minutes.
8:59 remaining here in the third inning. A win, lose, or draw. This has been a dandy, and it has been a long time, maybe the River Falls semifinal game, since a goaltender has so dominated a game in the pipes for the Tigers. Here's Raymond down low for Olson. Doherty back up to the high slot. Raymond tried to rush that, had it almost jump over his stick. Here's Patry. Down low, he'll leave for Tristan Fairbarn. His shot is blocked. Rebound came onto the stick of Patry, who just dumps it in behind the net. Minute and 34 seconds left on the St. Lawrence penalty as they went for holding. Back is Raymond. Raymond holds up to the front of the net. Great play by Patry to step in front of the shot before it got to hold into the zone. Here's a wrist shot by Patry. He was looking for somebody to cut to the net. That went wide near side, cleared by Pisoni. Battle for on the near half board. Tigers knock it into the corner for Fairbarn. He'll skate around the back of the net, leave for Doherty, into the high slot for Hyman. Hyman fakes the shot, knocks it to Doherty. Doherty through his skates, sends it into the corner. Tigers can't get a shot off from the perimeter, and it's cleared down the length of the ice. 53 seconds remaining on the penalty to Zbriger. 7:52 left to play in regulation. The Tigers have held a 3-2 lead, since the 16:04 minute mark of that second period, their only lead of the night. Bouncing puck for Lambert. Lambert winds and fires. That's blocked by an injured now Miskovic. He's holding his hand. That might have hit him in the wrist. Back the other way. It's a one-on-one into the zone. Trevelyan tries to go around. Hofstadter! A save made by Guimond.
Penalty on
and
the
there's going to be
Tigers.
a penalty against Hofstadter. It's going to be Hofstadter. It's going to go for holding, I do believe. For hooking, tripping, catching the guy from behind and not allowing Trevelyan to get the good shot off.
Yep. So that will negate the last 18 seconds of the Tiger power play and put them a man down with there'll be about 7 minutes to go at that point.
If it had been a prize fight, they might have stopped this one midway through the second. But it's not a prize fight. It's a hockey game for 60 minutes. Tigers have played a whale of what are we at, 53 minutes?
It's been a heck of a game. Not over yet.
Hyman's going to the box.
You can't believe it, and it was Hofstadter. It wasn't Hyman. Wayne Wilson's very upset because Hyman obviously,
is the only senior back on his blue line.
Yep. They're talking about it. That was the wrong guy.
That was the wrong guy. He was nowhere near it.
All right.
Now they're going to go over and talk to the bench. Now I guess they're going to leave him in there.
They're going to say, excuse me.
Was Hyman even on the ice? Yeah, he was on the ice because Hofstadter was out there.
And on the power play, they were the point men. Swung in behind the Tiger net. 7 minutes to play here in regulation. Up ahead for Saracen. Saracen across the line. He gets a wrist shot off, but it's blocked off the skates of Fensel. On the power play for a minute 40 seconds are the Saints. They have had huge chunks of power play opportunities against your Tigers and have got the 2 power play goals to show for it, but trail in the contest. Here's Zeiler along the boards, of aggressive checking along those boards by Raymond. Up high, Watt. Far now pushes it into the corner. Burns along with Zbriger. Zbriger and Burns. Zeiler comes in to help out. Tigers get it. Raymond tries to steer it around and cannot the backboard. Here's Trevelyan. Shoot from there. Here's Trevelyan. He'll walk out in front and does shoot. 2 saves out in front. Rebound came, and it's cleared down the length of the ice. It was played perfectly by the Tigers, who said, you know, my goalie's on the post. Go ahead, come on, walk out and take 2.
And I'll cover you.
2 bad shots. Here to center ice. Well, it could have been close.
Nah,
that was fine. Here's a wide and fire. Save made by Guimond. Rolls into the corner. 6 minutes to play in regulation. Centering pass. Bounces out in front. Here's Trevelyan with a shot. Rebound swept away. Guimond misfoots, but it goes all the way back to the point. Onto the stick of Miskovic. Cross ice. Miskovic wide and fires. Guimond with a huge pad save. Kicks it to the point. Here's Trevelyan. Side of the net. Rebound. Oh! What a save! Oh, my!
The crowd loves it, as they should. Oh, my goodness. 17 seconds left on the power play. Wow, he's pretty good.
61 save.
It was worth the wait. Here's a guy that couldn't play last year for the Tigers, practiced every day with them, was ineligible because of playing some major junior, and it was worth the wait.
Here's a shot in on net. That's deflected off the stick of Rank. Taylor pushes it back to the point. Kept in by the Saints. Side of that, Rank will try to send a bouncing puck. Does out in front, but Lambert able to sneak it out to center ice. Tigers back at full and even strength, leading by a goal. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left to play in the contest. Drop pass. Tigers able to sneak it back to the blue, but not out. Here's a shot that's blocked. Newman, rebound out front, just missed on the deflection. Rolls into the corner. Here's Rank. Back for Burns. He can't control. Tigers will take the ice and send it the length of the ice. This is RIT Hockey on the RIT Sports Network.
I'm watching it again. Wow.
On the draw to the backhand. Here's a wrist shot that's blocked from the point off the stick of Draper. Into the corner. Pushed off the loose puck was Watson. He comes out of the corner with it. Puts it on the backhand to the point. They'll just knock it into the corner. 3-2. The Tigers lead. 4.5 minutes to play here in the third. Watson walks out of the corner with the loose puck. He'll send one to the front of the net and pushed away by Guimond. Push now into the corner. Centering pass. Guimond with a save. Rebound. It's fallen up by Raymond. Look, digging out the loose puck. Oh, how did Guimond get that one? Each one is better than the last. And the Tigers send it to center ice. And I have an ice cream headache.
That is the 63rd save of the night.
What, are you going home early?
We're pulling the record books out here. 63rd save of the night.
Oh, no, there was an RIT goalie that had over like 75.
It was Marty Reisner's
dad. Yeah, Marty Reisner's dad. We're talking about who sent the puck into the St. Lawrence bench area, because it really was like a collision of guys and the puck came out, and Wayne Wilson really wanted that puck outside the zone, and he's still trying to plead his case with referee Ed Boyle. Every inch of this ice is important now. Every face-off, where it comes.
Marty Reisner made 74 saves in a game in 1973.
Well, you said 72, right? 24 and 24 and 24, right? So
we're on pace.
My goodness gracious.
They went over to explain the call to Wayne Wilson. Doherty to take the draw against Kyle Rank. Won by Doherty. Tigers haven't been out to center ice in a long time. We'll just ice it down the length of the ice. 4:11 remaining. That clock's not going fast enough for me. I don't know about the rest of the people in the Frank Ritter.
Yeah, you're supposed to get that home ice advantage. As soon as the ref drops the puck, the button's pushed even before it hits the ice. But
and it runs for a couple seconds extra.
We've seen that in many a barn.
Here's a shot that's blocked out in front. Tigers' Doherty got to the loose puck. Tigers again try to clear and due to center ice, but no further. It has been all Saints here in the third, except for one white-shirted Jocelyn Guimond, and everyone playing defense in front of him. Here's Hyman into the corner. He puts it right into the skates of Hogg. Can't control. Tigers out to center ice. Smith up ahead for Walton. Walton will simply dump it the length of the ice after stepping across the checkered red. Saints with it in the far end of the ice. Here's Fensel to center ice. Nice job by Walton to intercept that breakout pass. Hyman steers a player to the board, and it goes back into the zone for Fensel. He'll play it cross ice for Madill. Madill flips it down the length of the ice. That's going to be an icing call against the Saints. And we'll get a whistle and a stoppage in play, and it'll go the other end.
Just 3:25 left now in regulation. Tigers still leading by a goal, being outshot 65-14.
And winning 3-2. Tigers goal scorers tonight, Lambert, Doherty, and Olson. Olson jumped on the ice just after the Tigers had killed off one of many St. Lawrence power plays and went down the length of the ice, got past three Saints, and scored what is now the game-leading goal. Here's Farr into the corner on the backhand. He'll walk out in front, but nobody's there. We got a penalty call against the Saints.
Oh, my.
And so for even just 2 minutes of the remaining 3 minutes and 10 seconds, the visiting squad's going to be shorthanded. A, makes pulling your goaltender a no-no.
Right.
And B, gets maybe the Tigers down on that far end of the ice for 2 minutes.
Great play by Farr to just use his body and work that puck out to the front of the net. He had a nice scoring opportunity. Got pushed into the crossbar as he was trying to shoot. And that's why the Tigers are a man up here with 3:10 to go.
Back to the point. Here's Hyman. Along the boards, pushed away from Lambert. Here's Newman. Into the corner, Tigers with the man advantage. They've scored twice on the power play tonight. Have the Tigers. Once on a 5-on-3. Newman overskates the loose puck, tries to get into the slot, but it's intercepted by Zeiler, and he'll send to center ice. Rush, here comes Trevelyan. Trevelyan shot to Zeiler, and that's just wide. And we're going to get a whistle and a stoppage. The net's off. It's mooring. I thought it was going to be a penalty call against the Tigers.
I did too. I thought that would have been disastrous, and instead it's still a face-off in the Tiger zone, though, but they'll maintain the man advantage. 2:45 left in regulation, a minute 36 on the Tiger power play. They lead 3-2.
For the first time tonight, Trevelyan didn't shoot. He actually used himself as a decoy and sent it to the front of the net for Zeiler. Doherty wins the draw. Tigers Patry in behind his own net. The clock now an ally for the Tigers. They'll chip it into the zone. Played by Walton out to center ice. Tigers with it. Steered back down the length of the ice by Tristan Fairbarn, the senior out of Innisfil, Ontario. Plays the loose puck. Minute and 10 seconds remaining on the Tiger man advantage. Rolls to the point, kept in by Hofstetter. He'll feed Farboard. Patry will fake the shot. Tigers no shots on this man advantage, but at least they're moving the puck in that St. Lawrence zone. Here's a backhand try by Doherty from the ice. Pushed away from him. At the point, kept in by the Tigers. Now flipped to center ice. Here's Trevelyan. He can't control. Tigers across the line and onside. Doherty to the far post. Oh, he had Olson, but it just rolled under his stick. Minute and 52 seconds left. Here's a shot from a tight angle. That just went wide. Rebound. Tigers trying to get some insurance. Went to the point. Here's Patry. His shot is blocked. Oh, but Patry got a piece of it. Trevelyan the other way. Shot. Save! 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 No goal! Save! On the short-handed breakaway. Guimond keeps it at 3-2. What's after an ice cream headache?
A dry ice headache.
Guimond kept the puck from crossing the goal line. It looked so close from up here.
It was his last laying down on the puck. The puck was still loose, and he just laid on his back and covered it.
Short-handed breakaway for the Saints with a minute 36 to go.
On the draw, won by the Tigers. Overskated by Hyman, but he circles back quickly in his own zone. He'll just play it out to center ice. Played right back into the Tigers zone. Here's Hofstetter. Nearboard pass too far for Draper. Fans start the RIT chant. Back at center ice, pushed off the loose puck. Trying to get into the Tigers zone was Hogg. Back in his own zone, Tigers with it. Back to full and even strength are the Saints. You look for the netminder Pisoni to come out shortly. Minute remaining to play here in the third. The Tigers lead 3-2, and that was an errant play by the freshman Hofstetter, because that's going to be an icing call with 57.5 seconds left in the contest.
I think he was trying to get it on net, but he missed. Randy.
Well, it bounced and wobbled and got up on end and rolled into that far corner. And so the icing call against the Tigers.
I would expect to see a timeout here from Joe Marsh. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. And there it is.
Let's update the scoreboard for you, Ed.
Tigers goal scorers this evening. Tigers were down 1-0. Simone Lambert scored on a 5-on-3, his fourth of the season from Doherty and Smith, getting a rebound off a shot that hit the post. Coming back to make it 2-1 was St. Lawrence, Zbriger from Zeiler and Madill. But then Darren Doherty tied it on another 5-on-3 for the Tigers, as goaltender Pisoni was not able to hold on to a rebound. Doherty there to poke it in. And then Darren Olson with an amazing play to get past 3 defenders for St. Lawrence, able to move around and get a nice wrister in. And that made it 3-2 Tigers.
We have been past the stat that tonight St. Lawrence has 47 shots on goal on the power play alone.
My goodness.
66 total. 57.4 seconds left. The St. Lawrence net is empty.
Will be vacated to the far end of the ice.
Already on the bench.
Face-off will be to the left or glove side of young Jocelyn Guimond,
who's played an incredible game for the Tigers tonight. Darren Doherty taking a huge face-off.
First line out for the Tigers. Doherty, Lambert, one to the backboards, but the Saints with the extra tech are able to play it to the far board, near board, into the near corner. Here's Burns. He'll flip it around the boards, kept in by the Saints. At the point, cross-ice pass. Shot in through a screen. No one can find the loose puck, and it comes side of the net. Here's DiVirgilio back to the point, 37.5 seconds left. DiVirgilio on the outside. He'll send it back to Taylor at the point. Here's Trevelyan. Trevelyan down low. Backhand goes wide of the net. Tigers will chase. Taylor swipes it back to the point for Madill. Madill for Trevelyan. Trevelyan chased by Lambert. They'll battle. It's out to center ice. Tigers clear it down the length of the ice. Should be an icing call. Puck ran the fortuitous extra half second.
Lambert thought he was across the line, but it wasn't really that close. 15 seconds left here. Face-off in the Tiger zone. Whee. Oh, my.
Last man standing people might be in for a shot tonight.
I need a nap. I need an Alka-Seltzer. Oh, my God.
The referees have gone to the scorers table, and I don't understand why. I don't know.
Maybe they want to put a little time on the clock?
I think they might want to. Timeout RIT. Sort of disagree with that one, but that's just.
I know. I agree with you. But,
well, it's a chance to keep some players out.
Yeah,
on
and
the ice.
they are talking to the timekeeper, and we saw what, a second go off.
Yeah, maybe a
second and a
maybe
half?
a second and a half. I think I saw 16.3 on the clock when it crossed the goal line.
You know, it's hard to design with the extra attacker out there. It really is tough to,
make sure you're not in each other's way.
Right. It's mayhem, and you let the mayhem continue. You get one good clear and the game's over. But it also, as Ed said, it allows you to keep Darren Doherty and Bobby Raymond and Simone Lambert on the ice.
Yep.
And talk about mayhem. Just listen to this Frank Ritter Memorial Arena.
Tigers are pounding the boards. And, boy, welcome to Division I. This game has been something else.
And if the game has been something else, Jocelyn Guimond has been every superlative you can throw at him.
If he's not Defensive Player of the Week at U.S. College Hockey Online, then there's a crime.
Well, we'll see what we can do about that.
Here's Doherty. Wins the draw. Back to the point. Kept in by Trevelyan. Shot. Save made by Guimond. Covered up. He'll make another save. On the rebound. Trevelyan with a shot. Screen. Where's the whistle at?
4.1 seconds.
What was the whistle in the stoppage for?
Maybe because Bobby Raymond's helmet was in the back of the net? I don't know. I think the referee lost sight of the puck, which isn't hard to believe with all that scramble out there. But 4.1 seconds left. Face off again in the Tiger zone to the right of Jocelyn Guimond.
Okay, so I thought the win last week at Canisius was pretty good.
Well, let's
Still
see.
4.1
seconds left. Huge face off.
Just fall on it.
And to think the newspaper didn't think this was something to cover.
Yeah, because they're at the Manhattanville Brockport game.
Doherty, take the draw.
Back to the point, Trevelyan. Wide fires. It's blocked. Wide. Rebounding good. And the Tigers have upset the St. Lawrence Saints. Final score. RIT 3 and the Saints 2.
And the Tigers just mobbed Jocelyn Guimond. It's a big hug in the corner.
The whole team is in the corner.
Final score again. RIT 3 and St. Lawrence 2. This is RIT Tigers hockey on the RIT Tigers Sports Network.